Hi class, I wanted to record a video to talk about early performance grades. In case you do not know what early performance grades are, they are sort of like midterm grades. Now, it does not mean that this is your midterm exam grade because as you all know, we do not have midterm grades in this class, but basically what they are is they are grades for the halfway point of the semester. So we receive grades for the final end of the semester. So these grades are meant to show you how you're doing up to this point of the semester. Because believe it or not, we are halfway done with the semester, which is really good news. But that also means that we have less time to make up work or bring our grades up. Because when the semester starts, a lot of the times we tell ourselves, oh, I have time to bring it up. I have time to bring up my grade. But now we're at the halfway point, so we don't have that much time. This is why faculty are required to enter grades, and we were required to enter early performance grades between February 23rd and February 27th. So after that, you can go ahead and look on your my.nmsu, which is your banner account, and you can see what your grades are for the classes you are taking. I believe that this is only for the gen ed courses and like the 100 level courses or the 1000 level courses and the 2000 level courses. If you're taking anything higher than that, the faculty are not required to enter midterm grades for that. However, for the other classes, you should see a grade. So this is really helpful in case your teacher does not use Canvas as a grade book. They can let you know what your grade is, right? Because sometimes we've all had teachers that don't post grades, so we have no clue what our grade is. So early performance grades allow you to see what you have so far at this point in the semester. The other reason why we have to post early performance grades is because the last day to withdraw with a W is March 21st. So that gives us about a month to think about if we want to withdraw in case we're not doing as well as we had hoped for. So if you're doing really well in class, if you feel that you are excelling or you're doing well, you can bring up your grade, everything is fine, then by all means, you don't have to think about dropping the course. However, if you're currently failing a course and you do not think that you can bring up that grade up, then withdrawing with a W could be an option for you. However, I always tell my students to not withdraw until they've spoken to their teacher, because sometimes you can explain your situation to your teacher and they can make accommodations, or sometimes you can go ahead and talk to your advisor. Talk to them and ask them how withdrawing from a class will affect your financial aid or your academic plan or anything like that. Is it going to cause you to graduate a semester later? Talk to your advisor about the impact. After all that, if you still think that you should drop a class, then go ahead and make sure that you submit the proper paperwork by March 21st. Because if you don't submit the proper paperwork, but you stop doing work or you stop attending class, the grade that's going to show up is an F. So if you want to withdraw, make sure you take the necessary steps and submit the paperwork. I always tell my students that early performance grades are a time of reflection. It's important to reflect and really think about how we're doing. So like I said, if you're doing great, if you're passing your classes, then keep doing what you're doing. Just keep that work habit going and make sure that you continue submitting your work and all of that. However, if you're not passing a course, then think about what is it that's affecting the performance. Is it your job? Is it too many distractions? Is it your health? Your physical health, your mental health? Think about what's going on, right? If it's something that you can get help with, then definitely get help with. For example, if it's your job, if you're working too many hours, maybe consider talking to your boss and seeing if they can work with your schedule. So try to address the issue, but if you know that things are not going to improve and dropping a course might be the best option, then definitely go ahead and do so before March 21st. But I always tell my students, reflect, and at the end of the day, you know yourself the best. You know your situation. You know what you're going through. So if you think that you can bring that grade up, then by all means, stay in your classes. However, if you know that you're not going to be able to bring up the grade because there's just too much going on, then that's okay. You have until March 21st. So that's why we are doing early performance grades, so that you have enough time to think about it, talk to the people you need to talk to, and then try to figure out a decision if you want to stay with the course or not. Most English classes, English 1110 and CCD 110, you do need to have a C or higher. So that's the grade you are aiming for. So even if right now if you have a D, think about, can I bring that up to a C? And I know sometimes it seems really daunting, like, oh, I'm not going to be able to bring up that grade. But you actually can. I've had students who had Fs and they brought it up to a B. Now, also keep in mind that I do offer extra credit if you attend extra credit events and things like that, right? But obviously, the main thing that's going to bring up your grade is to submit every assignment, not miss any assignments, and make sure that you do well on those assignments. That's essentially what's going to be able to bring up your grade. However, like I said, if there's something that's preventing you from submitting assignments on time, and you don't feel that that situation is going to improve, then consider if dropping the course is the best option for you. So I hope that kind of lets you know what early performance grades are about and what your options are. If you have any questions, please let me know.